Narayaniam is the most favorable, the most favorite uh, shlokas which is sung by all the uh, devotees from Kerala. Every day they make it a point to sing Narayaniam. So the author of Narayaniam is Narayana Bhattadiri, Mepattur Narayana Bhattadiri. So how he wrote Narayaniam is also a very wonderful Leela. So Mepattur Narayana Bhattadiri was actually very, can say, a very smart child, very intelligent, born in a Brahmin family. He studied different portions of the Vedas from different teachers. Then he got connected to Achyuta Pisharoti. And in this way, he started studying under the care of Pisharoti. But so happened one of the girl in the family of Pisharoti was attracted to one of the girl of the family of Pisharoti. So when his dhyanam was going to that girl, Pisharoti told, the same attention, if you would have put on Lord, then you could have done some miracles. This entered the consciousness, deeply entered the consciousness of Narayana Bhattacharya. Then he sincerely started studying the Shastras under the care of Achyuta Pisharoti. So happened, his rheumatism, his arthritis was spreading like anything. And even his guru, Pisharoti, also got affected. He could not see his guru suffering. So he requested to transfer the disease to him. Though Pisharoti was unwilling, but still, because of the adamant service nature, I want to get your disease so that you will be relieved and you can spread the Shastras to everyone. He took the disease of his guru. That was the Guru Bhakti, what he had for Pisharoti. But when he got the disease, he could not tolerate. It was paining so much. So then somebody suggested that go to Guruvayurappan. Guruvayurappan, we call Appan. That you are our child, you are our father. Actually, Appan is referred to the child also. Generally, in South family, you call the children as Amma, Appa. Directly not call as name, like Naina Manjari Amma, sometimes. That is how we call the children. So Guruvayurappan, he went there. He sat on practically could not walk, but still somehow he reached the temple. He sat on the steps of the temple. And then he asked someone, what should I pray? How should I pray? I don't know how to get relieved from this disease. He said, start with the fish and eat it. This was like very strange. Begin with fish and eat the fish. So he thought, what is this? Begin with the fish and eat the fish. He's born in a Brahmin family, never have consumed the fish and all these things. He's telling, begin with the fish and eat the fish. Something struck him. He started glorifying the Matsya of Lord. Begin with fish and eat it. That means now begin with the Matsya Avatara. And eat it means what? Digest all the Leelas of Lord, which Lord is going to show you. So Guruvayurappan practically showed one Leelas to Narayana Bhattacharya. Whole Narayanam is composed of 1030 verses, 100 chapters. Each chapter contains 10 verses. Every Leela is shown by Lord himself. He started with Sandra and you are the condensed form of bliss. In this way, in Guruvayur, we discussed about Narayaniam. Some few verses of Narayaniam also we discussed. So when it comes to Narsimha Leela, at that time, Narayana Bhattacharya could see how Guruvayurappan taking the form of Narsimha comes out of the pillar and immediately starts composing. In this way, every avatara is shown by Lord. When it comes to Rama Avatara, He is describing that how Chudamani, which was given by Sita, is given to Rama. When it comes to writing Rama, the syllable were two. It was not fitting the verses. Then Guru Arappan says, you can tell they. That means, they means to me. We told, okay. The Chudamani is given to they. They means Guru Arappan. And then in this way, when it went on, now Sita Mata is sent to forest. He could not tolerate. He said, oh, Guru Arappan, is it you who did like this? Such a cruel act that you sent Sita Mata to the forest, and that too when she's pregnant. At the time, Guru Arappan says, that is not me, that is Rama. There you mention Rama. So there's a beautiful leelas are there. Then in this way, there are many more leelas where Guru Arappan shows beautiful forms. And Narayaniam is composed by Narayana Bhattacharya. It became so famous. By the end of Narayaniam, Ayu, Arogya, Sukha, Saukhyam. This is the three words which ends. Oh Lord, you give Ayu, you give Arogya, and you give Saukhyam. If these three are there, one can easily concentrate in devotional service. Ayu, Arogya, Saukhyam. It is Krishna's mercy. That's why when you go to Guru Arappan, you should say these three words. Ayu, Arogya, Saukhyam. Then it so happened, as Narayaniam, his health got cured, disease went away. And every day he used to come and sing Narayaniam. He got many disciples. Out of them, one of the most important disciples was Pundaman. Now, Pundaman is a simple person. Narayaniam is written in Sanskrit. Pundaman was thinking, if I can write the same in Malayalam, many people can take advantage. Because Sanskrit is not so easy to be understood by the local people. So in the local language, Prakrita language, let me write Narayaniam. That is how Jnanapana is written by Pundaman. He brought this Jnanapana to Narayana Bhattacharya. Now Narayana Bhattacharya, out of pride, he doesn't even look at the Jnanapana. And he's criticizing, in fact, that you're writing Jnanapana in Prakrita language. Who's going to read this? Who's going to read your writings? And this pride entered. Here, when he is starting to read Narayaniam, a small boy comes and he tells, you know, you're doing mistake. Said, there is no mistake in Narayaniam. Okay, I'll find out. First verse, one mistake. Second verse, two mistakes. Verse, four mistakes. What is this? Lord has shown me the Leelas, and I'm just writing it simply. And I wrote it just because Lord has dictated. And now this boy is finding out so many mistakes, and those mistakes are also seem to be correct on me. That means this child is not an ordinary child. Lord himself comes to find out the mistakes, and then he asks, can you please reveal your form? He says, because the pride has entered to you, you first go and beg forgiveness to Pundaman and see Jnanapana, which has no mistakes at all. That is how Mepattur goes to Pundaman and sees his Jnanapana and was surprised to see not even a single mistake. in the literature. So Lord doesn't like any pride which enters the devotee's consciousness. So now let us come to Tirunavaya. Tirunavaya. Here, I put a study. You can look at the Divya Kshetram, Perumal, and the Tayar's name. Then you can see the Navamukundam. Navamukundam Perumal's name. Tayar's name is Sirudevi. And Vimanam name is Vedavimanam. Tirtha is Bharatapura Tirtha, river. Sometimes the Tirtha is in the form of a pond, sometimes the Tirtha is in the form of the river, Bharatapura river. And Lord appeared to Gajendra and 9 yogis who are eternally serving there even today. And the pasarams are given by Nammalvar. 11 pasarams are given by Nammalvar. And Tirumangayalvar has given 2 pasarams. This lesson to learn is connected with the revelation to Gajendra and Navayogi. Let us see. So Gajendra, this Bharatapura river has beautiful lotuses. So Gajendra thought, let me come and every day pluck the lotus as an offer to Lord. But before he used to come, Mahalakshmi used to do this service. She used to pluck and offer it to Lord. So Gajendra tried out so many times to pluck and offer. He had so much of desire to offer lotus to Lord. But it could not happen. So then he cried to Lord, why am I bereft of this service? The Lord requested Mahalakshmi, see, you are always near me. You are my consort. Why compete with Gajendra, who is a simple elephant? Don't compete with him. Let him do this service and give you the flowers and then you give it to me. You can accept those flowers and give it to me. That is why in the whole of Malai DivyaDesam, you have a separate sannidhi for Tayar, Mahalakshmi. So you have a separate sannidhi where Gajendra offers to Lord, to Tayar, and Tayar offers the same flowers to Lord. So now when sculpting the deities of Tayar, the sculptor in the night had a dream. Because generally when the deities are made, the eyes are open, Netrol Milan. The eyes are open so that you invoke the prana inside the deities. Then the Tayar appears in the dream of that sculpture and says, you don't have to open my eyes. I am present in the deities. So then that is why this is the only temple where Tayar's deities are there. And if you see, Tayar's deities are closed. The eyes are closed. The eyes of the Tayars are closed. So now here, the position of the hand of the Tayar is also changed by Shripad Adi Shankaracharya. Why is it changed? Let us see the story of 9 yogis. The 9 yogis in which you have Gorakhnath, all these Nath yogis. You have Gorakhnath, you have Muchkundanath, and in this way there are 9 yogis who came here after wandering in different places. They came here. They found this place to be very, very powerful. They settled on the banks of Bharatapura river. After some time, 8 of the 9 yogis, they became invisible. And their deities also became invisible. Just only one yogi was left who was visible with his deities. Now he lost interest in performing the yoga sadhana because his friends were not seen. But Lord wanted him to continue with the yoga sadhana and the worship of the deities. That is how Lord revealed to the yogi, one of the 9 yogis. and asked him to continue the service and the yoga sadhana. In return, what he wants? That is the question asked by the Lord. The yogi said, I want to see my friends. So the Lord showed all his 8 friends, and again he placed a request that even he wants to become invisible. The Lord told on one condition that you will be serving the Lord by bringing the flowers along with your 8 friends. Then he requested that even these deities also should become invisible. He said that cannot be possible. These deities will be eternally staying here and will be visible to everyone. You all know 9 yogis, you come and worship, you worship every day. You eternally stay here and you worship my deities. Now the deities have to be installed. The installation ceremony goes for 8 days. 7 days the put is closed, 8th day the put is open. It so happened when they close the put and the 8th day they open, the deities vanished. And in this way, 7 times it so happened that they're keeping the deities. 7 days, then outside the rituals are going on. 7 days, the deities are, the altar is closed. 8th day, the deities vanish. Now, at the 8th time, it so happened, the pujari who was performing the rituals, he thought, let me open in between and see exactly what is happening. So then, when the pujari opened, he saw the deities are actually sinking down. Now they sink till the knees. Just because the pujari opened, the deities stopped sinking down. That is why you will find the deities are till the knees only. And that is why the deity's name is Nava Mukundam. So in those days, people used to come and kneel down and take their darshan because the Lord is also till the knees. That is why they used to not stand and take the darshan. They used to kneel down and take the darshan. So when Shripad Adi Shankaracharya also came to take darshan, he also kneeled down and took darshan. Then one of the people over there gave a sarcastic remark. A small elephant has come. This was not good on the part of that person, giving a sarcastic remark for an acharya. So Adi Shankaracharya cursed that there will be poverty in this place. He changed the mudras of the hands of Kaya. In the beginning, it was like giving all opulences to the people. But that gave them pride. That is why here you'll find one hand turned upside down. That's how the poverty entered. The poverty was there in the village. So what lessons we learn from this all stories? Lord accepts everyone's service, including Gajendra, and never insult acharyas. Adi Shankaracharya did this. Adi Shankaracharya, the people cursed Adi Shankaracharya. That is why the people teased Adi Shankaracharya. That is why Adi Shankaracharya cursed and changed Daya's position. Let us discuss another one saint, an important saint of Guruvayur. She is a beautiful, wonderful lady, Kururama. You'll find her deities in the temple. Kururama and Bilvamangal too. This is not the same Bilvamangal who has written Krishna Karnamritam. Kururama and Bilvamangal too, they were cousins. Kururama was a simple person but very devoted to Lord. She loves to cook for Lord. And Lord used to come and help her also in all her daily activities. And every day Lord used to reveal to even Bilvamangal too also. He was a wonderful person. But somewhere in the corner, he used to think, my sister, cousin, is more favored by Lord. He used to always think, what is the reason? I am so much a jnani and I'm a sannyasi. But still, she's favored. She's more favored. He had a little pride of being a sannyasi. It so happened one day, Kurugamba called her brother because he's a sannyasi. Let me give Diksha to. Diksha means feed my brother. So she called Bilvamangal too for the seva, for the Anna Prasadam. Now Bilvamangal too was so much occupied in the temple that he practically forgot that his sister has called him. And she was waiting whole day. Even she did not eat anything because without feeding a sannyasi, open the rasta eat if they are called for. So then she was waiting whole day. The next day, Lord appears to Bilvamangalam and says that you have actually, because the door does not open, the temple doors isn't open. And he was thinking why the temple door is not opening. And Lord's voice is heard that you made your sister wait. Go immediately and ask forgiveness. So now he goes, asks forgiveness. He sincerely is asking forgiveness. There's another pastime connected to both of them. One beggar comes, very hungry. He comes to Bilvamangal too. There Bilvamangal tells, see, this is your karma. Allow yourself to suffer. Don't try to mitigate your hunger. Because you've done such a bad karma, that is why you have no food. So let it happen, at least your karmas will be cut off. And there, the same person, because he's now having so much of stomach ache, he goes to Kururamma. And what Kururamma did, he did not speak like this. He offered Krishna Prasadam to the suffering person. Not only his pain went, his hunger also got mitigated. When Bilvamangal too came to know this, he felt ashamed. That how clearly he spoke to the suffering person. Because you cannot remove somebody's karma. Instead, you can mitigate their karma by giving Harinam, Hari Prasad. That's how Kururama, he understood why Krishna favors Kururama more than him. I still remember when I was reading this incident, this wonderful pastime. I remember 2 weeks before, Kamaluchan Prabhuji's uncle, who is suffering from cancer, is in the last stage, he had come to Mira Road. So I was serving him with prasadam, so I took prasadam there. You know, whole family had come, 5-6 people had come. So then I saw one of the brahmachari speaking to him. He already knows that he is in the last stage. Anytime anything can happen, because the next calf part, there he has got cancer. There is something known as a thin fiber cancer. A huge leg now. One leg is so huge. It has to be amputated. Even if it is amputated also, it's not a cure for the cancer. He knows that. And now this brahmachari is speaking. You know, now the examination is going to come. You should actually prepare yourself. Even I am suffering from the heart problem. I am ready to give interview. When I entered, I was seeing the face of the uncle was so horrible. Like his eyes was open. Then, like he was like, he knows that he's going to go. But when you scare people, then after he left, I just told Avashya Rakshide Krishna. I just told this and gave him prasadam and gave him the japmala. I will chant Avashya Rakshide Krishna. When I told this, I really found a change in the face. He was just looking at me. The eyes he did not want me to go. And I told him to take prasadam. Just his eyes was speaking, that you be here. I stayed there I waited there for at least 15 minutes. I told you, just chant Avashya Rakshide Krishna. That is enough. Don't try to scare people with karmas. Karma will be beaten. Anyhow, they know that. Even if they don't know that, they are suffering. Suffering souls should be given with kind words. We should use kind words to them. And what is the most perfect kind words? Avashya Rakshide Krishna. Make them chant. Give Krishna Prasadam. Don't laugh on others' sufferings. Don't try to even show the pride that, see, you are suffering, I am not suffering. No, don't do that. It's all the lesson to learn from the great life pastimes of great saints, in the pastimes of the great saints. From Kururama, really we have to learn this. She was so kind, so wonderful to the suffering people. That is why Lord loved her the most. So here we'll stop. Tomorrow we'll go to the south of Guruvayur with again few saints. Again, there are many wonderful saints of Guruvayur, discussion on them also, and lesson to learn from them. I have held the CD class for some time because Chaitanya Mahaprabhu traveled in all these DivyaDesams. And that is how Chaitanya Bhagavat is the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I mean, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has visited these places, that means he wants us to learn from these places. Somebody can say, oh, Chaitanya Bhagavat is stopped. What is this? The ritualistic continuous readings should also be put in practical. The practical is we have to learn something. It's not just going on. But when it comes to dealings, we have to be very careful, especially to be very, very careful. Sometimes we may do mistakes, but we have to be very, very careful in all our dealings. So here we'll stop. And Aruna Mataji put in the group why there are so many people who are absent. Just the class which was going to 29 has come to 15. Just see.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Why the count has come just to 15. Okay. Just going even beyond
Yes,
30.
Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna.